Hello everyone, it's Gina from orchidandopal.com. I'm back today with my order from beadboxbargains.com that I picked up for the month of January. I know we're just starting a new month, but this is what I picked up, a nice hefty package worth of beading goodies from the sister site of the Bargain Bead Box, which is a really fun bead and jewelry making subscription I share here as well each month that comes with a monthly coupon where you can use that on Bead Box Bargains and pick up some additional items that you choose. And that coupon is typically very good, like 30% off already discounted prices. If you're not familiar with them, they're an online bead store that I highly recommend. Their stock does change all the time though, because they are a closeout seller of beads and findings, but you can find some great deals. And with that coupon code, it makes it even better. So I'll leave a link to their website as well as the subscription down below. I also have a coupon for that subscription if you'd like to try them out. But let's go ahead and see what I picked up in the month of January with that coupon code. All right, so as you can see, I have two different bundles here, and here's the last page of my packing slip where you can see I spent a total of $100.64. The shipping in the US just $3.75, and I have like 2.5 pages worth of beads and findings on the packing slip. And just a reminder that things that I show you today may not be in stock on their site anymore just because of the rate of turnover they have, but they're always getting in new items, and there's probably tons of things on their site now that weren't there when I went and placed this order. So I'm going to go ahead and get organized, take some of these things out, and we'll look at everything close up one at a time. All right, I'm just gonna start going down the list, and I've got some of these 4mm crystal beads in different colors. These remind me of check glass fire polish, but they are Chinese crystal. They're rounds that are faceted, but they're kind of in an elongated shape. Very sparkly, and that's a gorgeous color. So all the prices that I'm gonna quote, these were before the 30% off coupon code, and these were $1.09 per bag. These have 30 pieces in each. So here are the blue zircon shimmer, just a gorgeous shade of aqua, kind of translucent, and all of the faceting that give these that extra sparkly appearance. And not only did I get the blue zircon shimmer, I got 3 other colors of these 4mm faceted cylinders as well. I also picked up 2 bags of the emerald champagne color. There's also 30 pieces in each of these bags. Gorgeous rich emerald green with a little bit of that champagne metallic shimmer on parts of the beads. Gorgeous combination. And then 2 bags in the Colorado topaz shimmer. Very, very light neutral tan, kind of champagne. And I'm really liking how uniform these are. The holes look like they're drilled pretty clean too. They're not very jagged or anything. And I feel like these crystals are getting better and better as time goes on. And then finally for the cylinders, I have 2 bags of the light rose shimmer as well. Just a very translucent and light baby pink, and that's 30 pieces in my hand. Again, got 2 bags of those at $1.09 each. I also noticed they had some more crystal cube beads, which was good because I'm doing a couple more cube tutorials in the near future. So I picked up some of the 8mm cubes they had as well as the 6. So as far as the 8mm go, here's 2 bags of 12 pieces of the blue jade champagne, $1.09 per bag. And you can see those pretty well right through the bag. You can see that combination of that kind of milky sky blue with that little bit of metallic champagne color that's on parts of the beads. Next up for the 8mm, also 2 more bags of the blue jade cubes, except these are in blue jade bronze. And they seem to have kind of an AB finish or something. There's a little bit of magenta pink coming through on some of that metallic bronze. So 2 more bags of those. 12 pieces each, $1.09. Also 2 bags of 8mm cubes. These are the cornflower jade champagne combination, also 12 pieces per bag. And I just wanted to go ahead and open these for you so you could see them outside of the plastic, and they look pretty good too. Just a nice combination of that pale periwinkle color, kind of milky, with a little bit of metallic champagne. I like how it transitions to that other color. As far as 6mm cubes are concerned, I picked up 2 bags of these in the color Green Jade Champagne. These have 20 pieces inside, and also these cubes are going to be $1.09 per bag for the 6mm as well. So there's some of that light, milky jade green with that champagne shimmer. Next, I have 2 bags of the Blue Jade Peacock in the 6mm. So pretty. Look at all that purple and gold that flashes back. So pretty. I will go ahead and take these out. And there's a closer look at these cubes. Not bad at all. What I expect from Chinese crystal cubes, honestly. And these are the exact same type of cubes I'll be using very soon in an upcoming tutorial or two. And I didn't have any of these combinations, so they will definitely come in handy, add some extra colors to my stash. And then 2 bags of the Blue Jade Champagne. So I got these in the 8mm and also the 6mm, as you can see, the milky blue with the champagne shimmer. And then 2 additional colors down below. I have 2 bags of the Crystal Shade Vitriol. You can see that these are more of a crystal clear, and then you also have those various colors showing up due to that coating on parts of the bead, and some of that being opaque and looking beautiful as it comes through the crystal clear. Different shades of greens, magentas, blue, gold, a little bit of silver, all kinds of different things showing up. We'll go with a lot of different colors. And then the final combination of cube beads. These are the 6mm crystal cubes in Crystal Shade Blue Iris. 20 pieces in each bag once again. Gorgeous. So similar to those vitriol, except these have more of just a bluish cast to them, coming through where that coating is placed through that crystal clear. Just a hint of some purple and maybe some gold in some spots, but mostly blue. Next, I have a strand of some of these little sparkly coin beads. These are little crystals also, and they're called Crystal Coins Half Matte Blue Zircon Champagne. 46 pieces on this strand. They're 6mm in size, and this was $2.19 for this strand. So you can see they're kind of table cut. They're flat on the top and the bottom, and a little bit more frosty and matte on each side. And then they have the beautiful sparkling shimmery facets on the sides of these flat disc-shaped beads, hole running through the center, and quite a few to work with. Next on the list are some check glass beads, and I was excited to see more of these hit their shop. I really enjoy these table cut squares. These are 10mm in size, 5 pieces per bag, and they were $1.29 per bag. So I went ahead and picked up like 4 bags of each color. It does look like one of those was put in the wrong spot, but that's understandable. It's really hard to tell that that's actually red if it doesn't have the light showing through it, but that's okay. So these are supposed to be the jet with the Picasso finish. You can see how that settles into the grooves of the design of these beads and gives them that really interesting look. And I don't see any more of the red ones in these bags, so that was just a fluke, but that's okay. Here is what they look like up close. You can see that very glossy and smooth black glass on either side, and the additional texture and design inside and also around the edges of the bead. And there's a look at where the hole is located, and they're meant to be opaque, so no light really shining through those. I also picked them up in the turquoise green Picasso combination. In fact, I believe I just shared these from Sam's Bead Shop. I'd gotten some more there as well. You can see that turquoise combination with some more of the greenish and brownish tones in the center and on the sides of those beads. So another really pretty combination, and it brings me back to one of the first things I started getting in my bead subscriptions a couple years ago. I also picked them up in 2 other colors for bags, and I already went ahead and took them out of their bags. This is the color called Goldenrod. Same price and quantity and everything, just a totally different color. I love that pop of yellow against the more muted and mottled and textural look on the sides and the middle. And then these beauties, these are 4 bags in my hands worth in the color indigo. Look at that vibrant blue, isn't that gorgeous? My favorite is when the table cut in the check glass has a bright pop of opaque color. Such a cool combination with the Picasso finishes and things. Next up, I have a couple of strands here. These are really pretty when you see the light going through them. These are the 10x8 check fire polish antique bicone beads in sapphire and silver luster. You can see that really rich, deep cobalt blue glass inside, and the shape of them, how they are bicone shaped, but they're a little bit more rugged and have that silver wash around the edges. There's 13 pieces on each of these strands, and they were $3.49 per strand. I also picked up 2 of the strands of these check fire polish cathedral beads, barrel beads, in the aqua swirl vintage luster color. There's 14 pieces and 2 strands here in my hand. Gorgeous combination as well with that aqua that isn't even a flat color. There's just slight variations, lighter and darker in the glass, and that really interesting etched effect on the edges of the beads and the additional wash that settles in there. These were $3.49 per strand as well. And I also picked up 2 of these strands of cathedral beads. These are the red and gold combination, 14 pieces on each of these. They're 8 millimeters and $3.49 per strand. These are gorgeous as well. As the light goes through them just a little bit, you can see that juicy, bright red glass, and then the gold wash, more of an antique gold on either end. I also thought these strands were really interesting. I went ahead and picked these up just because they were pretty unique looking to me. There's 5 pieces of check pressed glass Art Deco ovals. They're in the color turquoise, kind of chunky, 25 by 12 millimeters in size, and $2.79 per strand of 5. They are the same on each side, and just that really pretty opaque turquoise, kind of subtle, maybe a leafy design. Kind of reminds me of the shape of like a bird of paradise. Pretty smooth and glossy. And glad I got 2 of those, so there'd be a total of 10 beads just in case I needed these for a project and I wasn't able to get my hands on them again. In addition, I picked up 2 bags of these daggers. These are in the etched crystal, full Celsian. There's 10 pieces in each bag. These are actually 2-hole daggers, so I thought that was really interesting, and I have hardly any 2-hole daggers right now, and when they hit Bead Box Bargains, I definitely wanted to snap them up. So you can see one side is more matte and frosty. They both have the etching, both sides, but then the other side is much more reflective with that metallic coating. They're like a very muted peachy pink tone for the most part. And they were $1.69 per bag. So in addition to the check glass and Chinese crystal, they also have a selection of semi-precious gemstone beads. I picked out some things that I especially like this month and things I wanted to fill in some gaps in my stash as far as different sizes go. So first, here is a nice long strand of some Dalmatian jasper beads. These are a 6 millimeter size. These were only $2.79. I was looking through my Dalmatian jasper. I didn't have this size, so that's why I went ahead and picked these up. Next is a strand of some very small peridot, this beautiful light green, kind of juicy green apple colored 3.5 millimeter faceted rounds. These were $7.49 for a 14.5 inch strand. And look how sparkly they are. Just stunning little treasures. And they look like they're in really good shape. You can see they're pretty uniform, and you get a lot to work with on that 14.5 inches. Even tinier than that, I picked up a 15-inch strand of these 2mm itty bitty faceted quartz beads. These are emerald green faceted rounds. How they're able to drill the holes in here and also facet the outside of these tiny little beads, I don't know. They of course look bigger in the video, but they are so little. Very sparkly and gorgeous deep green color. And then next I have a 15-inch strand of the 6mm sardonyx faceted coin beads. And I love the facets on these. They're like little squares, like little tiled faceting on these puffed coins. Lots of shades of orange, like burnt orange, swirled with some spots of lighter orange. Some of the beads are opaque, some are translucent. All of them are a little bit different, but just a very stunning combination. Even a little bit of tan and white and clear mixed in with that saturation of oranges. And this strand was $6.99. And I also snapped up this gorgeous strand of 10mm fancy jasper English cut beads. This is a 15-inch strand, $8.49. I love the way these are cut and how they're all just a little bit different, but you do have all of the different tones and colors that you expect to see in the fancy jasper stone. So these will be a nice addition to what I already have in terms of fancy jasper, but I didn't have these in the English cut. Next, I picked up some strands of dyed quartz, and these are 3 of the 8mm strands I picked up. I have the cadet blue color there in the center, as well as deep blue, and also the marbled mint blue. So again, these are dyed quartz, 8mm. That one's just a little bit rough, but for the most part, they look good. And I even like all 3 of these different colors together. Remind me of the ocean. The 8mm bead strands were $2.49. I also picked up some of the dyed quartz in the 6mm size. And I was able to pick up the marbled mint and the deep blue, but they didn't have the cadet blue in this size when I went to place my order. Otherwise, I would have gotten that one too. These were $1.99 per strand. They're also 15 inches long and look very similar to the 8mm size bead strands that we just took a look at. Then I also picked up some glass rounds. They had some great prices on these. The white color there at the bottom is called Sea Opal. These are all 8mm strands. Also picked up the frosted light rose, then the frosted teal, the frosted lime, and then also the jade green, which doesn't have that matte appearance. These are all 11-inch strands, and they ranged in price from 85 to 95 cents depending on the size of the bead. So great prices for these long strands of glass beads, all in good shape and in beautiful colors. Also picked up some 6mm and some 4mm glass rounds. The first 4 that you see are the 6mm, the light pink, the sea opal, the teal, and the frosted lime. And then in the 4mm, I have the sea opal and the jade green. The 4mm strands were only 79 cents each, and these are all 11-inch long strands, just like the 8mm strands that we just took a look at. My final beads are these. These are the hematite snowflake beads, man-made in blue-green iris, 10 pieces in each bag. We had gotten these in the December bargain bead box, I believe. And so I picked up a couple more little strands of these. That's one bag, and then I have another one as well. These were $1.59 for the 10 pieces, and you can see how they have that bluish, greenish, golden color combination, that snowflake type design. And I had used some of these in a set, so I decided to replenish them. I really like the way these look. Thought they were a unique item and maybe harder to find later on. I did pick out a few findings, not that many. I have 2 bags of these 4 pieces of textured leaf links in antique bronze. Aren't those gorgeous? All those details are kind of like stamped, and there's that loop on one side and then they have a loop underneath on the other, and different texture on the bottom than they did on the top. And also I like the fact that they have that wavy appearance, which gives them a look of movement. Those are a lot of fun. So I picked up 8 pieces of those in total. They were $1.29 per bag. I also picked up 2 bags of these antique bronze cutout medallion links, 6 pieces of those. They're a 24 by 18 millimeter size, and they're 99 cents per bag. So a total of 12 there, and there's a look at the front and the back. They are exactly the same and are in great shape. We had also gotten these recently in a bargain bead box subscription. At least I think it was these, and I had turned these into a chandelier pendant. Picked up 2 of these and also some chandelier earring findings that coordinate with them. They were 99 cents per bag of 2, and they go really nicely with those other round, larger findings. So that is everything I picked out for the month of January. They also always send a little free gift on the back of their card and say thank you. So this time I got a little strand of these very vibrant aqua blue glass rounds. There's a look at their card and their website, of course, if you're interested in checking them out. You don't have to be a subscriber of their monthly subscription in order to shop. It's just that you get that really great coupon every month if you are a subscriber, which is a wonderful perk of the subscription. So I hope you enjoyed seeing what I picked out this time around. Leave me a comment if you'd like to. Let me know if anything stood out to you, if you picked out any of the same items or anything else you'd like to say. If this video was helpful or enjoyable for you, I hope you'll give it a big thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate that. And please subscribe while you're here so you can be notified when I'm up to posting new content. I'll be back again real soon. I have lots more on the way. And in the meantime, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, happy beading.